Hello everyone. I prior made a build guide going over the Rabies Druid, of which was very fun to play through when doing normal farming and leveling up. However, I also recently had my Shaman Poison Barbarian go through the Ubers in the Battle of the Barb series, who also utilized poison damage, and his run surprised me quite a lot. But with his clear speed relying on poison damage alone, and poison being a damage that is dealt over time, I wanted to see how the hybrid setup for the Rabies Druid would handle the Ubers. This way, the slower effect from the poison damage isn't felt quite as much, as there's another damage source alongside using Rabies. I did have to make some gear changes to adjust for running Ubers. However, if you were interested in this build and learning about the Rabies and the poison damage mechanics, as well as to get more specific details of the build as a whole, make sure to check out the Endgame Rabies Druid build guide. I'll make sure to have the video linked down in the description below. However, I'll briefly show the gear, as that's where the only changes for this setup are going to be. The attributes and the skill trees stay the same. For the setup of going through the Ubers, he is now running the Metamorphosis rune word instead of Jalal's main, because I want not only the stats of the rune word aside from the marks, but I will also constantly have the Mark of the Wolf active, as it is guaranteed with each hit. Then I switched up the boots to Gore Riders for the open wounds, Crushing Blow, and Deadly Strike. The body armor is going to be Duress for the faster hit recovery, open wounds, and Crushing Blow. Plus, this is just my favorite armor to use for Ubers on every build. I have also switched the weapon to Kingslayer for the open wounds and Crushing Blow. Lastly, I am now using Drax Gloves for both the life tap proc, but also the open wounds. Once I get into Tristram, I will swap just one more item, being using T-Gods for the lightning absorb against Mephisto, as his charge bolts can easily one-shot me, and anything to help combat against that is welcome. I will be pre-buffing with both Demon Limb for the enchant charge to boost his attack rating, but also with using Treachery for the Fate proc to increase his resistances, as well as to add some physical damage reduction. For survivability, compared to the build guide, where I chose not to use CTA as the build's health was already quite high without it, for this run, I will use CTA on Switch because the Oak Sage will die quite frequently, and I want a more consistent source of boosting my health outside of using Oak Sage so the potential to get one-shotted decreases, especially against Lilith and Mephisto. Here's a look at the additional stats. With all of that now out of the way, let's get into this run, starting with Lilith first, since she is the mini Uber that I have more trouble with compared to Duriel in his wall. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, this may seem like an issue, having both Diablo and Baal fight me simultaneously. However, Baal's issues come with spawning his clone, his mana burn, and summoning specters that drain my mana instantly, not allowing me to use any of my attacks. However, with Diablo present and spawning his own minions that were easier to manage, Baal's clone didn't spawn, his specters were fewer and far between summoned, and there were mana burn issues, but not as much as he's done with other builds prior. Plus, even when targeting one of them specifically, I still was affecting the other. But the density was a bit of an issue at times, making it troubling to stay locked onto one of them, and making me panic to keep attacking to not have a Boom Moon start to fade off for one of them to start regaining their health. And that's a wrap for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know this wasn't so heavily focused on Rabies and the poison damage being the primary source of the damage being done. However, I did try to ensure that they were always poisoned, and if I saw the poison start to wear off, I did try to infect them again as immediate as possible to keep this run as rabid as it can be. However, if you want to see a pure Fury Druid build going through the Ubers, make sure to check out my video on my Endgame Fury Druid that clears the Ubers with ease. All of it linked down in the description below. Overall, it's a fun build to run through the Ubers. It's something different and one that doesn't need a mercenary, so that's a plus for me. I enjoy trying different builds that I either have yet to use to farm a torch, or that perhaps are off meta for Uber running, or possibly aren't even considered for the task for whatever reason that may be. But again, I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. If you like this kind of content and want to see more, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever a new video comes out.
Come on. Come on. Come on then. There you are. There you are.
And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave it a like. And if you want to check out more of my Diablo 2 Resurrected content, there's going to be a card in the corner up above with my playlist of Diablo 2 Resurrected content, including more videos of different builds going through the Ubers as well. Other than that, I hope you're all staying safe, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.